Fossils are very important items in PokeMMO. You can sell them on the GTL for a good price or bring them back to life. Since the latter is the only way to obtain a shiny fossil Pokemon, fossils can be sold relatively quickly. My name is Mr. Reboy, and today we're looking at whether farming the Sinnoh fossils in PokeMMO is worth it. I spent an hour farming the fossils, and I will present the results to you using the power of statistics. So if you're interested, get yourself a coffee and stay tuned. Before we get to the results, I would like to show you the plan and the method of data collection. The goal is simple. We want to farm as many skull fossils and armor fossils as possible within an hour. The skull fossils are to be preferred as they can be sold at a higher price. A great location to do this is Turnback Cave. Turnback Cave is located to the east of Route 214 and can only be reached after completing the Elite Four. This cave is unique because it does not have preloaded rooms. It shuffles the rooms around depending on the pattern you enter. In other words, we can farm an infinite number of rock smashable rocks. Shout out to Young Cabbage, from whom I learned this method. Every rock has a chance of encountering Graveler, or a rarer Pokemon like Golem and Spiritomb. These Pokemon can hold various items including skull and armor fossils. To steal the item from the wild Graveler, we need a Pokemon with the attack Thief. Ideally, this Pokemon also has the ability Frisk. If the wild Pokemon is carrying an item, we are informed at the start of the battle and can use Thief efficiently. This saves us time and PP, and we all know time is money. I will also use Max Repels, just to avoid unnecessary encounters. For this farming method, I will use Banette. We also need a Pokemon with the HM, Rock Smash and Rock Climb. We need Rock Climb to reach Turnback Cave, and Rock Smash, well, obviously to smash some rocks. Optionally, you can also take a Pokemon with the HM Defog with you. If you have the appropriate Ocarina, all the better. But because I'm a poor man, I have to take a few HM slaves with me. To be on the safe side, you should also take a Pokemon with the ability Damp with you, just in case you meet a shiny. As already mentioned, I will be smashing stones for an hour. I will record every single encounter. The revenue is calculated using the prices on the GTL. I did this study on December 28th, 2024, so I used the prices from that date. I always took the cheapest GTL price. If I use items such as potions or repels, these are also noted. The value of these items is deducted from the revenue earned. This results in the net profit. Before we get to the results, did you know that generous people are scientifically proven to be happier? So one up your happiness by clicking that like button and subscribing to my channel for more PokeMMO statistics. It would mean the world to me. Okay, with that out of the way, let's continue with the results. In 1 hour, I smashed 323 rocks, of which 145, or about 45%, generated an encounter. As expected, Graveler was the most common encounter. 138 out of the 145, or 95%, were Graveler. The remaining encounters were Spiritomb with 4 and Golem with 3 appearances. Of these 145 encounters, 29 held an item. If we do the math, we see that on average every 11th rock smash generated an item. Now we're getting to the exciting part. What was I able to farm in this hour? I stole 27 items from Graveler, 1 from Golem and 1 from Spiritomb. To my delight, I was able to find 12 Everstones, 7 armor fossils, 5 skull fossils and 5 Heartstones. So I found a total of 12 fossils. If we divide these 12 fossils by the number of encounters, we see that in this case the fossil rate per encounter was about 8.27%. Multiplying this rate by our encounter rate gives us the overall fossil rate of 3.7%. This means that for every rock smashed, you have a 3.7% chance to get a fossil. In other words, on average, every 27th rock smash generated a fossil. As already mentioned, I used the GTL prices at the time of the study, that is December 28, 2024, to evaluate the item. In total, we achieved a revenue of 210,706. It is worth mentioning that about 60% of the revenue were generated by the fossils. To obtain the net profit, we still have to deduct the costs. I used a total of 5 max repels, 4 hyper potions and 1 ether. That makes a total of 13,050 Pokédollar. To sell something on the GTL, you have to pay the listing fee. These costs are easily forgotten. In our case, they amount to 9,958 Pokédollar. In total, I therefore spent 23,008 Pokédollar. By subtracting the costs from the revenue, we arrive at the net profit of 187,698 Pokédollar. All in all, a solid sum for 1 hour of farming. I can only recommend this farming method. Due to the infinite number of rocks, you can obtain a good number of fossils in a relatively short time. So, why don't you give it a try? If you've made it this far, wow, thank you very much. I really appreciate you watching the video to the end. Producing videos like this takes a lot of time and effort. So if you like this content, please consider leaving a like and subscribing for more PokeMMO statistics. If this video gets 25 likes, I will gladly continue this statistical money-making series. If you have any money-making methods that you would like to have statistically analyzed, please let me know in the comments. I really appreciate your support. Until next time, that's going to do it. See ya!